The FIA has opened up the door for Michael Masi to return to the sport, and Toto Wolff has had a lot to say on this matter. It seems like the old wound that was created back in 2021 didn't heal at all, as the Austrian sent some fierce words about the Australian being brought back to the grid. Needless to say, the entire F1 community is divided as to whether or not the most controversial figure from the 2021 finale deserves a second chance, and the leader of the ones who feel like Masi is done with the sport is Toto Wolff, offending Masi without any filter on his mouth. It's safe to say that some big shake-ups are waiting for us in the F1 sport, but not in the drivers' market. Michael Masi is rumoured to return to the sport after being controversially sacked at the end of the 2021 season and replaced by Ben Mohamed Salim, who seemingly has done a lot better for the sport in the time of expansion and growth than Michael did. Regardless, no matter how good Michael did for the FIA and F1, his act in Abu Dhabi, whether you think of it as a righteous or faulty one, has put a dark mark on his longevity in the sport. After being sacked from F1, Masi has returned to his home country in Australia after all the life threats he received from that finale in 2021, and worked for the Supercars Commission and Karting Australia. But that is nowhere near comparable to the success he's had in F1, and the man who replaced him, Ben Sulayem, has spoken about the potential opportunity of bringing Masi back on board. For the small amount of people who are watching this video and have no idea why Wolff hates Masi so much, the 2021 finale was going in Hamilton's way for the majority of the race until Latifi crashed and Verstappen used that opportunity to pit for a fresh set of soft tyres. But due to the late stages of the race, it was expected that the race would end under the safety car conditions, or at least have one lap of racing, which is what Masi initially planned to do, not allowing the cars between Hamilton and Verstappen to unlap themselves. But after changing his opinion and allowing both of the drivers to have one clean lap of racing, as the drivers between Hamilton and Verstappen were allowed to unlap themselves, the championship ended on a sour note for the seven-time world champion, who saw the record-breaking title being stripped away in the last lap of the race of the season. You would understand Wolff's anger, who went on to threaten to sue Masi in his decision, up to the point of the executives of Mercedes asking him to stop and to focus on the upcoming season, as he was putting the team in waters that they wouldn't want to be in the first place. Needless to say, he was forced to accept a defeat, and the upcoming 2 years were nothing he would have expected from a team that just came out of the 8th constructive championship in a row. So I can only imagine his face when Ben Sulayem opened up about bringing back Masi to the sport. But luckily for me and anyone out there, we don't have to imagine what Wolff has to say, because he actually did it on his own. First, let's see how close we actually are for this deal to actually be happening in the first place. And regarding this matter, Ben Sulayem is the man who started the talks and sparked all the controversy and anger in Wolff's response. Speaking about this in a further matter, the current president of the FIA went on to say, "I always apologise, but I cannot apologise for something which was done before my time. Okay, I will do the apology, but I will bring Michael Masi again." Do you think that is right? The poor guy is a person who has been attacked and abused. Michael Masi went through hell. And if I see there's an opportunity that the FIA needs and Michael Masi is the right person, I will bring him. I even had people threatening to kill me because I had the power to change the result. But I said to them, sorry, the World Cup of 1996, England against Germany, was that correct? Did they change it? No. Did they give it to Germany? 9. There are, however, many people who believe that the championship of Verstappen was earned due to many accidents happening in favour of Hamilton, such as the infamous Silverstone crash where the Dutchman and the Brit touched wheels and the Red Bull driver got with the thicker end of things, hitting the wall with 51G force. Hamilton only got a 10-second penalty from the same race director, and the fact that he waved the home flag after the win, which was easily conducted considering there was a red flag after the incident, and he had a chance to repair his car for free before storming for the win. And we must also not forget how Imola played down, right when Hamilton banked his car in the wall and his teammate Bottas happened to crash with Russell at the same lap, causing yet another red flag and free repair for his car. The Hungarian was also a race in which Hamilton benefited a lot when Verstappen was taken out by bowling action thanks to the Brit's teammate Bottas. So all in all, there were some things that influenced the season to come to the point of Hamilton actually having a chance to fight in the last race of the season. I'm not defending Verstappen's antics here either. He's also known for his reckless driving, which was shown in Brazil and in Jeddah through the wide corner taking, which resulted in Hamilton going wide, and the brake testing when needing to give the position back. But all in all, it was a simple decision that just happened to have the potential to alter the championship battle. A lot was at stake, but like I've just said, Wolff's wounds are still not healed, and his response to the entire Masi comeback has sent some shockwaves throughout the sport. When being asked about his true feeling on seeing the Australian back in some shape or form as a leader in the FIA, Wolff went on to say, "There were brutal scars, incredible scars, and we will never get over them in a way. They became scars, and there are moments when you think, how could that happen? We know it happened, but I don't want to waste a minute thinking about the reasons because that would give Masi too much credit. He is just an idiot who made the wrong decision." You hear from the drivers and how the drivers' briefings were conducted by Masi, and some of the guys said it was almost disrespectful how he treated some of them. He was just immune to feedback, and even today he has not properly reflected that he did something wrong. He was a liability to the sport because everybody kept talking about Abu Dhabi and the race director, and the race director should not be somebody that people talk about, but someone who does the job and makes sure the race is run according to the regulations. There have been a lot of changes on this field after Masi has been sacked, and it's been the ultimatum for Mercedes to not take things any further and accept the outcome of Abu Dhabi. The sport getting rid of Masi and implementing new strategy with 2 race directors and rotating marshals from race to race. However, that did not bring any fruit to the table either, as the drivers found themselves complaining about decisions that were made from one crew to another crew on the next race, which in itself is a non-working concept. The return of Masi is definitely something that will be highly speculated about in the upcoming period, and be that as it may, there is absolutely no guarantee that Wolff and Mercedes won't take any further action if this decision of Ben Sulayem turns out to be reality. The Mercedes team principal also said that there is a lot of personal anger on this matter that he's not willing to let go, no matter how many years will pass and what kind of changes will be implemented to the sport. Elaborating on this further, Wolff said, "I have a personal anger and drive to make him win the 8th title because he should have had it. As a team principal, it's important to be fair and open with both drivers, but there is a big part of us that will always want to be a part of that story in undoing and overcoming 2021. What do you think about Wolff's comments on Masi? Do you think that he should have said what he said, labeling him as an idiot who made a mistake? Or do you think this move was unsportsmanlike and was taken maybe a bit too far by the Austrian? Let us know what you think in the comments below.